Hey, welcome to the Permakid podcast, episode 3, Attack of the Sith, Clone, Phantom, whatever.
Menace.
I'm James.
I'm E.
Tron.
We are Woodrow-less today because he has cheering obligations.
Nah, he's at home reading comics and watching anime.
He at home twiddling his stuff, playing with himself.
So what do we have to talk about this week?
Let's first talk about everyone's favorite game, Destiny.
Man, do we have to? Fuck that.
Yeah, we have to, man. It's a big thing that leaked this past week. All the House of Wolves information stuff got leaked this week.
It's weird being in a time and era where we talk about video game information being leaked and not music. Am I the only person weirded out by that? Whatever.
Hey, this is the Permakid podcast. Quiet, you.
No, I ain't weirded out. It's just a sign of the times, man. Things happen.
There's still people talking about, people leaked albums and things like that.
Yeah.
And fucking dropped shit.
It's just weird that we're talking about video games when we talk about leaks. I'm just like, why is it that not just like advertised?
Are good for me.
Why
Well,
does it
that's a
have to be
different
a
kind of
leak?
See,
Because I
leak
know-
is a cool word for saying, hey, we're going to show y'all
Yeah,
what's
it's
coming
yeah.
next, but we're going to say it's a leak, but it's really not a leak.
Secret information that we want everybody to see
Exactly.
to stay excited about shit that we know you guys are getting fucking tired
Yeah,
of.
there's like some guy that's just sitting in the back room just like, I'm going to leak this.
Anyway,
That makes it so much
House
worse.
of Wolves, you said it was going to be another $20 to add on?
Yeah, if you didn't get the expansion pass in the beginning, which was $35,
My
then
dumb
each,
ass
Plus
did.
tax.
then each individual one is $20. So the next
You
one will be
saved $5,
$20.
but I'm going to have to spend another $20 on it, which means I spent $60 on the game when it came out. I spent $20 on the Crota thing, and I'm going to spend another $20 when House of Wolves come out. That game is now $100 for me.
True.
Not to mention the fact that I have to pay for Xbox Gold to just play it.
You know the feeling I got when I actually bought the pass? I felt like I just signed a contract that I'm obligated to play this fucking game for the next year for both
Hey.
expansions.
It's a fun game. Come on.
You want to know what happened last night we were playing? After you got off,
What?
all of us just simultaneously said, "There's really nothing else for us to do here. If we're not doing the raid, there's no reason for us to play this game." And we all went our separate ways, like Ocean 11. We didn't even
Nice.
say goodbye. We just walked away.
Shout out to finishing all the
Sorry.
bounties last night, and I was just like, you know what, man? I'm just going to watch some Law & Order SVU because I got nothing else to do.
I downloaded an update for Happy Wars.
Don't you mean Pokemon or Digimon or
Hey,
no
man.
SVU, Law and Order
I was
SVU?
watching crazy shows as a cheering like that, too.
Yeah, well,
So-
shout out to Law and Order SVU.
Shout out to
all the
Olivia
Permakids out
Benson.
there.
Woo woo.
Mariska Hargitay.
Yeah. But I'm gonna give a quick rundown of what all is gonna contain. You will get, judging by this chart, thanks to GamerRant.com, by the way. Judging by this chart, you will get 3 story missions, just like the last one we got with the
Story
Dark Below DLC. PlayStation will of course get 2 strikes, while Xbox users will get 1 strike, and we'll get 1 raid. And guess where the raid takes place? The Reef. Remember that area up top
No.
where it's just nothing ever happened?
Oh my God, that was just a cutscene.
Yeah,
cutscenes.
exactly. Now
And
we
now
get
we
to
get
go
to
up
play
there and
there?
actually fight things.
I'm worried that it's called the arena because it's just going to be an arena, like a big round room. You go in and just fight like a monster.
I would be
and that'll
so
the
pissed.
raid.
It better be way cooler than that. I'm pretty sure this is going to be, I think this is an Archon raid. This is a whole Archon thing. So shout out to the Archon priests. I'm sure something of that nature is going to make us return back.
My nigga Asker. You're the Archon priest.
There's going to be 3 reef bounties. Ooh, crazy things. Ooh. And it's pretty much all you're going to get for that $20.
So we're gonna have to go to the reef every day until we're tired of it.
Well, no, the reef has the
get
reef
them?
only has the raid. Everything else is taking place on Old Russia Earth again, and Venus, and the moon. So in case you thought you were getting new planets, it's not happening.
Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about that Resident Evil HD remaster.
Yeah. When does they? I don't know when does they come out?
Oh, yay. More zombies.
More of the same things we've already been playing. Yeah, that's the thing, man. People keep just remastering games. I mean, we were talking about it, like everybody wants a Final Fantasy VII or whatever. But it's getting to the point where it's like, okay, I got an Xbox One. What games are there for me to get? Oh, Destiny and Grand Theft Auto 5 and Halo. And it's like, this is all the old Halos that I've played before. This is Grand Theft Auto 5 that I've already played. This is Destiny that I've already played. So games are just like, hey guys, we made it look better. Or, I mean, at least Destiny came out when Destiny came out. But the other things, it's like,
You know the crazy part is
they're getting our money.
we hate remakes, right? We don't care about remakes. but apparently every time one comes out, it like goes gold from pre-sales. So it's our fault that they keep making these because we keep buying them.
Gamers, we're not a strong knit group. Like we're all like completely different people. One gamer sitting next to another gamer is just completely different people. Like
We haven't shown unity since before the Xbox One came out, when they had the whole DRM situation and everybody got pissed off and was like, I don't want anything to do with that. And then Xbox changed it. That was the last time we showed some unity. Ever since then, it's just been like, oh, cool, I don't want that game, but I'll play it anyway, or I'll go buy it just because I feel like I need to.
yeah, there's nothing else to buy. So like if there's no titles, it's like sure I'll play Assassin's Creed or
And these aren't even like cool remakes. They're not making the remakes people want to be remade. They're making remakes of shit from like 2 years ago and just saying, oh, cool.
That's the insulting thing about it, man. Perfect example. Resident Evil remake came out, and I seriously do not give a. I never sat down one day and was like, you know what? I would like to play Resident Evil, the very first one, again, completely remastered on fucking PS3 or PS4.
For the third time.
The only game that I want remade, they will probably never remake. Like we said, Final Fantasy VII.
I don't see why it's so hard. Like, and then the fact that Square Enix had the nerve to try to come out and say, okay, this is what y'all want. And then you give us the PC version of Final Fantasy VII.
yeah, we already covered
Like,
that.
come
Let's
on,
not-
man. Like, give gamers the remakes that they want to be remade. I don't want to go play Devil May Cry from 2 years ago. Like, go back to something that was timeless so we can play through it again in today's gen.
I mean, Halo was one of those timeless games, and they remade that, but there was a lot of glitches with it and stuff, and it freaked me out. Just like, really, they're
And mind you, the first Halo, this is the third time they've remade it because they made a Halo anniversary.
And they made one for the PC.
damn.
See what I'm saying? Like, it sucks.
And Halo wasn't old enough for me to say I want to go back and play the very first Halo.
Y'all want to remake something, man? Go back to Nintendo. Go look up Zombies Ate My Neighbor or some shit. Remake something that
Yeah,
old.
why are they making a what's
Friday
that
the
one
13th?
game? Yeah, that.
Oh
Friday
my!
the 13th.
No! No one needs to be throwing rocks at Jason in 3D, but this is happening apparently. I am a
understand Jason Voorhees fan,
Yeah.
but you are not gonna make me hate that by remaking that game again.
Man,
I've put
I
that
bet
game
they'll
out of
add
my
stuff.
system.
I don't think they're just gonna remake.
And then
it,
the
like-
nerve of these dudes still talking about Shaq Fu. Are you kidding me?
Hey, you know what's crazy with that? That was Kickstarter, and that got well past the amount they needed for that. I can't get mad at that.
When it comes to side scrollers, like when they remade DuckTales, was it last year or 2013?
2013, I think.
Yeah, when they remade
12.
that, I was on board, and
But that's a
sure
game
enough,
we hadn't.
I didn't get past the first level.
That's a game we hadn't touched in like 20 years.
See, yeah, that makes sense.
They really don't have to do too much to those games.
Nah. It looked pretty, and it played pretty close to the same. It was just.
But yeah, the fact that they're remaking Resident Evil and you're talking about Zombies Ate My Neighbors, that would be a cool remake. Nowadays, there's so many different zombie games like Project Zomboid or Left 4 Dead or, yeah, you guys don't like Dead Rising. I do. But it's just the mechanics of it. Like, you get upset, but especially in like games like DayZ, the survival aspect of it, that's what I care about in a zombie game. I don't want to play a zombie game where I'm just shooting zombies like Left 4 Dead, because you could just replace those zombies with anything, aliens, Nazis, whatever, and you're just running and gunning. I need to be able to gather up boards, nails, a hammer, and just really secure a door, and then like make sure I've got enough food for the night, and then worry about other survivors. That's what I want in a zombie game. Because back when I used to watch movies like whenever I watched George Romero's Night of the Living Dead, the first one in black and white, it's not about the zombies. Yeah, it's cool that society's been taken down, but it's about you surviving with like a house full of people, because that's the message, we're the real monsters and blah 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 blah. But that's what I want to see in a zombie game. And so when you play Resident Evil, it gets so far out there, like the Nemesis Project and like Wesker, and then they made all those movies. So for me, Resident Evil isn't what it used to be for me, where you're trying to save all your ammo and doing all these things.
Yeah.
So
But
it's not the same anymore.
That's the beauty of them remaking this first Resident Evil, because on the first Resident Evil, it was all about just like you want to take down a zombie with as few bullets and resources as possible, so you can save them for
the boss fights
later on. Because you can walk into a boss fight and not have a shotgun shell to your name. That was the real fear of it. And the fact that, you pass a body on the ground and it could get up at any given moment.
I think
And I
that's
don't care
what
about the jump scares, and in the end, my favorite zombie game is Minecraft. So whatever.
I think Dying, like from what you just described, I think Dying Light pretty much has all of those very same things, and it's in first person. That's the only other difference, but it's more survival instead of just, hey, go pick up a gun and just shoot a shit ton of zombies. Like guns aren't going to be the big thing. You're going to have to like actually pick up weapons and use them carefully because they will break.
Well, I mean, they've been adding that durability thing in a bunch of games.
Yeah.
Dead Island was a huge disappointment.
Yeah,
to
it was.
Me. I don't know.
I heard State of Decay was fun. I never got to play it though.
When Dead Island first came out, it was you that convinced me not to buy it. We were talking. I don't remember we were talking on Facebook or we were just texting or something. But I said, "How's Dead Island?" I'm thinking about getting this game. He's like, "It's fun if you got people, but by yourself, it's kind of shitty." And I was like, "Oh, I'm not going anywhere near that game then."
My favorite thing to do is just me and 3 friends just kicking a zombie on the ground. I don't know what that says about me, but yeah.
See,
that was the best part of it.
DayZ can be cool. Like what's fucked up about DayZ is they haven't even finished making it, and they're
I
not
don't think they
going
ever
to
will.
finish.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to pay $60 for a game that the developer was like, you know what, man, we're going to roll out and never finish that game again. It's like, what the hell am I supposed to go? What the hell am I supposed to do? I like the aspect of the whole, like, permadeath and shit. That's tight.
Yeah, permadeath is it's always it adds this level of like excitement to the game where like you die, you lose all your gear. What I do when I play Minecraft is I always play it on permadeath, where if you die, you lose that world. You have to start like everything over. You don't have your house. You don't have your chest full of food. You have nothing. You start all over. It generates a completely new world for you, and that's my favorite kind of permadeath right there. They should come out with a game where it's just like pay 99 cents. No, I shouldn't say this. Never mind. I'm not going to even finish that.
I wouldn't have mind playing Dead Rising with permadeath, only if Chuck could just go away forever. I would let him die at the very beginning of the game, so I don't have to hear.
You don't like Chuck Green?
I saw
character's
what you
cool.
did there.
Look, that's the writing.
There
all right.
was terrible one-liners in there, man, and he was the only one doing them.
That's the writing. I can't be mad at the rest of the writing, man. TK said bad lines, too.
Capcom's never really been. Well, they've got some good writing, I guess.
They never really had a reason to have good writing. Like, no one. Capcom was like, hey, either you're going to play Mega Man or you're going to play Street Fighter, pretty much. Those are the main two games.
You don't really need a story behind either one of those.
The Street Fighter stories always kind of confused me.
Yeah.
Because it didn't exist until, I think around Street Fighter 3, all the fan fiction that people wrote and theories and stuff, Capcom stole them off the internet and created characters from them.
That's kind of cool.
Like, Akuma was there, but he didn't become Goken's brother until they just saw some cool story that some kid wrote in fucking New Hampshire or some shit and incorporated it. It was like, oh, that's cool. You know what? And then
Let's steal that.
And they built Goken, their master, and 90% of their story just off of just random stories that they read off the internet that people were coming up with. So,
I mean, I really like the Zero and Mega Man stories. The new, like, Mega Man Zero and Zero X and all those stories are pretty cool.
Speaking of stories, we were talking about something earlier today about how games nowadays are starting to focus less on the storyline and just more for multiplayer.
yeah. Come on, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room.
Hashtag segue.
This is your fault, Call of Duty fans.
I agree.
Now look,
I want y'all to listen to our podcast, but I'm going to go ahead and just point y'all out. It's because of y'all that we're losing stories in video games.
here's the question. Have you ever met someone that bought Halo and said, I never finished the campaign?
I mean, that's it. Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
But have
I
you
see where
met
you're
somebody
going
that
with
played Call of Duty that
A lot of
never finished the
people-
campaign?
Yeah, I see where
Plenty.
you're going with that.
That's
A bunch
what
of
I
people
don't
play
understand.
Call of Duty and they're like, oh, there's a campaign I didn't even know.
Exactly.
And then everybody that plays Halo is like, yeah, I got done with the story immediately, and then I've been playing like multiplayer. I had fun with both.
To be fair, I do know one person who didn't finish Halo 4, but we're not going to go there. We'll let that person remain nameless for now. But yeah, every Call of Duty fan that I've met, they'll touch the story and never go back. They'll never even play through it. See, Battlefield didn't have that extensive of a story either, but I played through the story not just just to find out what's going on in the actual game, but I think of the story as like a small tutorial. That way I know the buttons when I jump into the online play. But then again, you Call of Duty fans play the exact same game over and over again with new costumes. I guess you don't need to play through the story to get a tutorial.
Yeah, I mean that's what they did right with Halo. When they would you'd play through with the single player and you'd get certain armors and you would look different, and like that was incentive to play the storyline. Plus the storyline's always been really good with Halo. So
see, in the Call of Duty storylines have declined because the people making them are just like, well, if y'all don't play them shits, what are we wasting millions of dollars in time for? Like, it's pointless because y'all aren't going to play this little 5-hour campaign anyway. And that's what went into Titanfall, who doesn't have a campaign at all. For that exact same reason.
And that's why it burnt so bright and then just faded away.
Exactly.
Like, nobody talks about
that
Titanfall
game was cool
anymore.
for like 1 week, and then everybody was like, I don't want to play this anymore.
I was jealous of everybody with an Xbox One, and then I was just like, I don't care anymore. And they were like, yeah, you shouldn't really care.
Yeah.
See, it's all fun and games, Call of Duty fans, until a Call of Duty comes out and it's just like Team Fortress.
And don't think that
I mean, there's nothing really wrong with that, though.
don't think that they didn't take notice of that when they made Advanced Warfare, and then they were just like, well, you know what? Let's call Kevin Spacey to come be in this one, and let's make the campaign a big deal again.
How'd that work out? Do you know anybody who has actually finished the Advanced Warfare campaign? It's been out for a while.
I know.
Hit us up on
2
Facebook.
people.
Tell us if you played that game, and if you finished the storyline. Tell us how it was. Tell us if it was real Kevin Spacey heavy. Like, did he just carry the whole thing, or what's the deal?
Tell us if he was just Frank Underwood from House of Cards, or whether
yeah.
he was somebody else. Or was he Kaiser
Was he
Soze
John
from The
Doe from Seven, or Kaiser Soze
To
from
the
The
box.
Yeah, but I was talking about how back in the day, like, okay, Super Mario World, undeniable masterpiece, just a great game. Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo, and what did it give you? It gave you a paragraph at the beginning of the game, and then you just didn't need anything else. The gameplay is fun, the levels are fun. Back then, we didn't care about story, and I was going to ask you, I was like, okay, so would you rather play a game with all story and very little gameplay, or would you want a game that's like old school? It's such a good game, and it's got such good gameplay that it doesn't have a story, like Destiny.
They need to find a way to balance the two out. Like, that's the problem that apparently most people are having. You can have a game with good gameplay and a good storyline. Like, there's plenty of them that if anybody
shouldn't be either or.
Yeah, if you played BioShock, those are good examples of a good storyline with good gameplay. Like, it doesn't have to be like an either or, and I think people are getting that confused.
Well, I mean, you play those Telltale games.
Yeah.
You played The Wolf Among Us. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And you played, obviously, you played The Walking Dead.
Cried a little bit.
Shout out to Clementine.
What's the gameplay like in those games at all?
Like, it's not that much gameplay. I mean, you do move around and you do like action commands and stuff like that, but that's more along the lines of me watching like an interactive movie. Pretty much how I've always looked at them.
Right.
So
it's like books for our generation, basically.
I mean, it's a movie that
Choose your own destiny.
it's a movie / game at the same time. Like, your decisions do matter as the outcome of these. So you really do have to, when you make a decision and it comes back to haunt you later on, you're just like, damn, I shouldn't have done that.
And then there's replayability. I mean, have you replayed any?
Yeah, I've done it. Like, I played the first Walking Dead series, I don't want to say like 6 times.
Nice.
And it was really 4 because 2 of those was because my Xbox was stupid and it deleted my data, so I had to go back and play them again. And I didn't want them to automatically choose shitty things that I chose that I didn't choose, so I had to go back and play them.
Did you have trouble playing through it a different way, like the second time? Because I noticed when I play Fallout, like, I have trouble playing evil characters and stuff. And I play through it good the first run through, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm going to play like a heartless bastard, and I'm just going to kill everybody. And I find myself doing the exact same story again, trying to save people. I don't know. I can't stop myself.
It is hard. Like, sometimes you want to just be like, I'm going to be a dick and just choose shitty options just because I'm sure what's going to happen. But midway through, I'll be looking there like, man, I can't do that to that person.
I can't let this whole society go down. Cuz, I don't know why you're laughing. I got to tell you, the reason that I play good characters in these things is because I'm such an evil person in real life that's my little fantasy world where I get to be the hero for.
No, I'm laughing because it varies from game to game with me. Like, I have played Skyrim and murdered a good majority of Whiterun just because I could, while if I play something like Walking Dead, making crazy choices that would fuck everybody in the group up would actually mess with my own brain. I'm just like, I can't do that. I don't want to do this. I want to be nice. I want to keep everybody together. Like, I guess it just depends on the seriousness of it. When I played Fallout 3, the first thing I did as soon as I got out of the Fallout shelter was blow up the bomb and
Blow up the Megaton.
blew up the
What's great about those games is though is that you can just save and just kill an entire town, and then just load your game, and they're just like, hey. Good seeing you. I just killed you. I just put a gun point blank in your face and shot it off. So that's what's so fun about those games. It's almost like Prince of Persia 2.0, where you just are time traveling.
It's easier with those games because
it doesn't feel as serious.
Yeah, like if I'm playing it, like for instance with Walking Dead, you play as Lee first season, who's just like this normal guy who's just like in a shitty situation. So I don't want to make it. He's already living through hell, so I won't make it even worse. But then the second season, when you play as Clementine, you just like, I'm not about to shoot. Like, Clementine's my daughter when I'm playing that game. It's that serious. And I've seen grown men cry and play this. And I'm not even going to lie, man.
PewDiePie.
A couple tears came out. Exactly. PewDiePie broke down playing it.
That's
for good
awesome.
reason, too.
Yeah, because that shit is
I love that.
I got choked up.
If you know Kaiser and they know that he got choked up, that should tell you something.
Because he's the devil.
And that's why I
keep
refuse
telling you
to buy games that have serious choices like that. That's why I just stick to Fable, because it doesn't matter what choice you make, you're gonna end up at the same goal at the end of the day anyway. So
shout out to Fable 3 with me making wrong decisions apparently, and then by the end of the game, my entire town was dead except for like one hooker and somebody that's walking around. I made terrible decisions, even though my team was like, "We did it, man. We saved everybody." And I go in there and it's like, there's nothing but dead bodies in the road, and I didn't understand it. It was weird.
it's an old favorite of mine. Just like leaving dead bodies in the road. That's Skyrim all over again. And I would save it with all the, like half of Whiterun dead too. I would just like come back. There'll be no shop owners. Like I can't buy or sell anything here. I gotta walk all the way across.
I think they might have done a patch where, like if like a blacksmith dies, some character will show up who looks kind of like him. And he's like, I was his nephew and I came from this other town. It's kind of cool, but in a way, it's like, I don't know. Let's get back on topic. What else do we need to talk about?
There's a few things. Any Minority Report fans out there?
Yes.
Apparently, there's going to be a TV series coming pretty soon.
Minority Report TV series.
Yeah.
See, I watched the 12 Monkeys TV series the other day. I turned it off like halfway into it just to get it wasn't bad. I just turned it off because I needed to get a refresher of the actual movie. And I was like watching it for the first time all over again. Like I didn't remember like everything that was happening. It was like I was watching it for the first time, which is kind of weird because I have seen that movie and I love that movie. And you know, my sister kind of put me on those Terry Gilliam movies. They're all so like they're shot so strange. Yeah. They're so weird, and the camera angles and everything. Everything looks so dirty, and those are good movies. But I don't know. I don't know if either 12 Monkeys or Minority Report's gonna translate well to TV.
Yeah, Fox ordered the pilot for it, so I guess we may be seeing it sometime soon. You think it might be a little bit too late for both of those? Like, is the thrill gone? Like, is anybody just like, man, I really wish they would have made a series of 12 Monkeys or Minority Report?
It's all like such time-sensitive stuff in both of those movies that like how far can they really go? Like I can see maybe 2 seasons of Minority Report, but I don't want to see the main character on the run the whole time and just like
that's gonna get old pretty quick.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kristen Stewart.
What?
I don't know.
Kristen Stewart?
It was something stupid that she wants to be considered playing a Marvel or a DC hero.
She could be the Wasp. I could see that.
I want her to be the blank-faced girl. That's a person that's never been created, but she could be that person.
She could be the Question.
I think she would be a good. Okay.
Just have no face at all.
That's a DC character.
She said DC or Marvel.
Oh, okay. I was thinking she's not Asian, but she'd probably make a pretty good Jubilee.
I don't know. Jubilee had a lot of emotion. She has
negative. Kristen Stewart had a lot of emotion in one movie, and it was Zathura. She played a great older sister in that movie.
mean, that she did.
She was sexually attracted to her little brother, Josh Hutcherson.
That's weird.
/ Dax Shepard.
She could be Dinklebot's little sister.
Oh, my God.
If they made a female Dinklebot for Destiny, you have got to contact Kristen Stewart. Okay. There's something I watched today. I told you before, it was a while back, that there was a list of top 10 anime deaths that I watched. I watched another one again today. Just take a guess at what got number 1. This is not the same one I told you about last time. This is a different list.
Has Sean Bean ever played an anime character?
Yes, he played Johann Liebert in Monster. I just made that up. I don't know if he has or not.
I'm gonna go with Hughes.
Yes, Hughes in this list. Maze Hughes from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and Full Metal Alchemist got #1 for the saddest anime death when his wife shot him and everything went to, well,
Spoiler alert.
spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, you should have been watching this damn series.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, if we tell you the Titanic sinks at the end of Titanic and you get mad
Exactly.
because that's a spoiler alert, that's on you, because that happened a long time ago in real life.
But yeah, like when we've all seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, so we know how sad that was when Maze Hughes met his time.
His demise.
Daddy, get up, Daddy. Oh my God, I'm so
jeez.
sad. I was so sad. I don't know if it was as sad as Wolfwoods though.
That angered me
that
because
on the
they didn't
list?
even put Wolfwood in the list. He was an honorable mention, and that pissed me off. Wolfwood was like
Maze
top
was there,
2
Wolfwood
easy.
should have been there.
What else is on that list?
Also from Full Metal Alchemist, that little girl who,
Oh
yeah,
Entire,
the
oh,
one that
jeez.
turned her into a chimera, yeah.
brother! Oh no!
In some ways, that is more sad to me than Hughes. I loved Hughes as a character, and when he died, I was really sad. But the way that little girl looked at Ed and said, "Brother," I was just like, "No."
I can't even blame Scar for that. Like, he just put the girl out of her misery, and even though he did it in a very violent, explosive fashion, it was still done. And I still felt bad. I was just like, Scar,
It was-
just do it, man.
It was terrible. It was bad. Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop also got an honorable mention when
I
that
don't even
should have
know.
been in there.
I started watching Cowboy Bebop when it first came out in America, but I stopped watching.
Oh, you didn't finish it?
I never finished watching that. I need to. I know I need to.
I mean, I just told you the ending. Just
I'm
then,
fine.
yeah.
I don't even remember what you said, so that's fine. I just won't listen to this podcast when I ever, and it should be fine.
Well, hey man, it's a great series. First off, when you get done, watch the movie too. That movie was fucking incredible.
I mean, I liked the episodes that I saw, but I just at the time, my family didn't have cable anymore. We had to move, and I was watching PBS Barney shit.
Shout out to
again, so
PBS.
it's like, yeah.
There was also a list for
Play.
top 10 anime finish moves, and surprised me a little bit because I immediately thought the Kamehameha was going to get #1 and it didn't.
He never killed it. Nobody ever died from a Kamehameha. Oh yeah,
Not
Cell.
really a finishing move.
Cell did die from a Kamehameha, but everybody.
It was like
Goku-
finish / special move or whatever.
Everybody that got killed by Goku
Hey.
died by Spirit Bomb.
Kamehameha.
So what was #1? What was the finishing?
I
move?
don't remember.
Oh
Wasn't something you
no!
watched.
It was an anime I've never seen before. When I got
gonna have to
done, I was just like,
apologize
"Why
every
did you
episode
choose
for-
this?" It was weird, but
It was like the Hokuto Shinken friggin' Fist of the North Star.
oh
finishing
shit, you're right. That was it.
move. Oh shit! I just made that up.
No bullshit.
Wow.
That was
nice.
it.
Nice.
Damn,
Yeah.
I forgot. He is
Hokuto Shinken.
he's exactly right. When he just in there. Yeah, you're right. That's right. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Fist of the North
that's old
Star.
school.
That show was weird to watch now, but that movie is still incredible. I can still watch that movie.
Weren't we talking to Danny Wood, and he was talking, he was like, the reason he stopped watching was because, oh god, he hates watching anime where there's like a character that can always just have some back pocket like secret move that he never mentioned before, but to get out of like something, out of a dangerous situation, and at some point like a bad guy does something to his, like paralyzes him, but then he does something to the bad guy's eyes and then like is unparalyzed, and he's like, yes, I've known about this thing the whole time. That's how I felt about Yu-Gi-Oh! Like there's always some card that they never talked about, and he's like, well, I have this, and it turns everything around. So it's like, it didn't matter. You shouldn't have watched that show
That's
at
the
all.
entire Naruto series. Like everybody's always pulling some
Yeah.
shit out of their back pocket.
I've known you for 30 years and you never used this move. And now we're in this dangerous situation and now you pull it out and it's like, I don't know what to tell you.
That's when it's just like, hey, cue music, and then the badass music starts playing. And it's just like, holy shit, this something new. And then it's just like, yep, didn't know I had this, did you? Because I didn't either.
I had to give us the Bleach. There wasn't too many moves Ichigo pulled out of his back pocket. You actually watched him learn how to do the move. He didn't have any secrets.
That's what we liked about Dragon Ball Z too. Is just like they knew what moves they had and they used them.
We knew Kamehameha was coming at some point in time.
Destructo discs and friggin' all of them. Special beam cannon. Masenko. I mean, you could just sit there and name all the moves because there weren't really that many of them.
Really,
and
each person had like really one signature move.
And then they all shared a couple.
No, everybody knew how to
Everybody could do a Kamehameha.
Except for Piccolo. Everybody knew how to do a Kamehameha.
And Vegeta never did it, I don't think. I don't remember him saying that.
Oh, man, that would have been
He
cool.
He had
Final Flash.
Yeah. Galley Gun was cool.
There was just like an episode where Gohan gets like trapped in like a thing of ice. You've never seen him do a Kamehameha before. And he just goes, oh no, I'm stuck. And he's like, Kamehameha. And he just like throws his hand up and it melts the ice. And you're just like, cool. I don't know when he learned how to do that. But A, that's not the proper technique. And B, I almost stopped watching this show.
Because clearly Piccolo didn't teach him that move. So what did you really learn from?
Mr. Piccolo!
Go on! He just had a badass gene in him that just said, oh, hey, it's time to do a Kamehameha wave. You know how to do it? I'm going to teach you anyway.
I'm stuck in ice.
The highest level of airbending.
Fuck, man, come on. Stop bringing that up. Oh, shout out to fucking Dragon Ball Evolution.
I'm not going to go into that. I'm tired.
That's another podcast for another day.
I don't want to do it. That could be an entire episode.
Hey, we are going to do a special episode where we talk about our problems with certain superhero movies. I know I believe our first episode that never aired, we were talking about how you can't stay mad at those kind of movies, like just let it go, basically. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to not let it go. We're going to talk about all the superhero movies that we have problems with. I want to talk about, I'm just going to open up the can of worms right now and say, I have problems with The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. I want to talk about The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I want to talk about Batman Forever and how I actually like that movie. We're just going to go into all the that's going to be a special episode. I'm thinking it's going to be an hour-long episode. And we're going to try to get Justin Levitsky and some other guests involved so we can have some debates. And that'll be fun.
There's probably going to be a battleground with that one. That is going to be fun.
Batman Forever? Really?
I can't wait. Yeah, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, they're just fun movies. And it's a comic book movie. You're supposed to have fun.
But does that excuse really apply to that?
Let's talk about it. I'll bring up all my problems.
That's next time on Dragon Ball Z. We'll work.
Next time on Permakid Podcast.
Yeah, so we just touched on a few conversations we had today. But before we get out of here, we have to promote yet again
the GGG, the Geeks, Games, and Gadgets Convention, coming to the Nacogdoches Expo Center in July 17th through the 19th, being put on by Town Square Media, Screen Geeks, and a bunch of other places. It's going to be awesome.
We will be there. We will be hosting a gaming tournament, so just stay tuned for more details.
Wait, we are? This is news.
Oh, it's not news. Oh, is it news?
I knew. No, I know.
Oh, maybe, but you know what? Maybe we haven't told them, I guess.
No, yeah, we haven't.
So yeah, that is happening.
Yeah, the Permakids are going to host a game tournament, so you should come up, sign up, try to maybe win some. What's the prize?
Oh, we haven't got that far yet, but just
we'll make a trophy. You'll get a Permakids hoodie or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Just be on the lookout for that. We'll give you guys more details. Check us out at facebook.com/Permakids, and make sure you check us out at youtube.com/Permakids.
And check out our website, permakids.net.
True that.
Which you can actually just find links to all the other things there, so it's a lot easier.
Pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, just go there and you'll find everything. With that being said, we're about to roll out, so we're signing off.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Pimp.
Brother! Oh no! Daddy, get up, Daddy. Oh my God, I'm so sad. I was so sad. I don't know if it was as sad as Wolf Woods though.